Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be a guide on how to use the new fish food factories in the King Leg map, or actually I guess it's on any map, but it's in the Highlands Fishing Expansion. So if you're having that expansion turned on and activated, and yeah, you're using the fish food factory, we're going to talk about how it works and all that good stuff. And also the big question we're going to answer today, which I think a lot of you guys are probably wanting answered: should you make your own fish food or should you buy it from the store? That's kind of the big question here. Now, there is an advantage to making it yourself, and I'll talk about that, and there's also a disadvantage to it, and I'll talk about that as well. So we'll talk about all that. But first, let's talk about how to use it. So there is already, if we go onto the map here, there is already a fish food factory over here. If you wanted to use that one, it works the same as the placeable version. You just come up to it, come up to the wrench icon, you can buy it for 270,000. Boom, there you go, and now you own it and it works just for you. But if you wanted to put it somewhere else or not use the one over here, maybe you don't like this area, whatever the case may be, you don't have to use this one. You can sell it just like I just did there. Let's get back over to where we're at here. So you can place your own. If we go into the Billbone and the factory, it's the same price. It looks the same as the one over here. It's basically the same building and everything like that. Yeah, you can see basically on top of each other, they're the same building. But yeah, you can place it wherever you'd like to. Which is nice. So I placed one down here already, but you can free rotate, place it wherever you'd like. Then once you do have it placed, this is the input for all the goods. You can use the wrench here, R, to activate the production menu, or if I get away from that, I can just hit escape and go into the production menu that way. And this is where your pallets of fish food are going to spawn if you set them to spawning. So if we take a look in here, our fish food factory, we have it over here. These are the products. We have fish food. It only produces fish food, I guess I should say, but there's 4 different recipes. You can use canola oil, olive oil, rice oil, or sunflower oil. They're currently all set to storing, which means once there's enough fish food in here for it to have enough for a pallet, which I believe there's 2,000 liters per pallet, it'll spawn a pallet. And it'll keep doing that until there's no space, then it'll fill up in here. If I change that output mode to selling, which you can see they all go to selling automatically, you can't have one set to storing and another set to selling. They have to all be one just because there's only one output right here. So just be aware of that. Once they're set to selling, every hour they're going to automatically sell. You will take a little bit of a hit on selling them. And you actually can make some decent money making your fish food to sell, and I'll get to that later. But yeah, you can change them to automatically sell if you'd like to. I think you'll still make a profit, but just not as much as selling it yourself. And then distributing, it'll distribute it to another production that requires it. Example of that is if you have some fish productions out on the water and you don't want to have to drive the fish food out there, you should be able to distribute it to those if you would like to. I haven't actually tested that yet. I'm going to test that in my my fish production video, but they are all going to be registering as production, so I couldn't see why that wouldn't work. So that should work fine. And if it doesn't work for whatever reason, I will put a message up on your screen right now so you guys can see that I tested it later and it did not work. So anyhow, but yes, fish food, distributing, you can do that. We're going to change it back over to storing. If I down here, I can hit activate. It's going to have the red exclamation point, say materials missing, because I haven't put anything in here yet, so I'll deactivate it for now. Now over here, incoming materials, you can hold canola oil, flour, olive oil, rice oil, soybeans, and sunflower oil, because those are the various products that you need. At a minimum, you need one of the oil types, soybeans and flour, because all of them require soybeans and flour, and then just one of those oil types, depending on which recipe you choose, obviously. So yeah, you can see all the incoming products and how much you have, and the outgoing status down here. Now for each recipe, for example, we have the fish food canola oil. This is the status inactive. Cycles per month is 72, which means that this recipe is going to happen 72 times per month. So if you have your game settings set to 2 days per month, it'll do this 72 times every 2 days. If you have it set to 10 days per month or whatever, it'll do this 72 times every 10 days. So just be aware of that. Cost per month is also how much it's going to charge you per month to have this activated and running. So down here, the recipe is 50 liters of flour plus 50 liters of soybeans plus 12 liters of canola oil to get 100 liters of fish food. That's the same recipe for the sunflower oil here, except it's 12 liters of sunflower oil, excuse me. And then the olive oil and rice oil are 60 and 60 for soybeans and flour, and then 8 for the oil variants there, and they all produce 100 liters of fish food. So I have some olive oil and some other stuff here, so we're going to put all the ingredients we need in here. You just deliver it. It should just go right in. I'm going to see if I can move multiple pallets at the same time. Didn't work really great, but again, I'm using super strength to move these in here, so you might have to use something else to do that if you don't have like liftable pallets activated or something like that. That's a mod by Yoast that allows you to lift your pallets up. Otherwise, you're going to have to find a way to get them. Oh, I think we're full on oil, which is fine. You'll have to find a way to get them delivered here otherwise. Using pallet forks, tractors, things like that, they can use to deliver them. And then your soybeans, I have these in a bulk capacity here in this back of this trailer, which this JCB and this bunning trailer are included with the Highlands Fishing Expansion. They're brand new. You just pull over top of this, and then we can dump in some soybean oil right here. Or not soybean oil, excuse me, soybeans themselves. But yeah, we'll put some soybeans in there. Yeah, that's gonna be more than enough for what we're doing. It seems to hold quite a bit, actually. I'm kind of surprised. But okay, I'm actually gonna put another oil type in here as well. I'm just gonna spawn it using this. Let's put canola oil or something in here as well, because I want to try to see. We're gonna do a little test here. See if this is a divided production or not. So canola oil. There we go. All right, and then now what we have soybeans, we have olive oil. Flour we're going to run out of, so I'm going to put some more flour in here, actually, as well, because I think we're going to run out of flour if I don't put any more in here. So let's get more flour. There we go. Okay, now we have a bunch of flour in there. That should be enough, 21,000 liters. So what we're going to do, it is almost exactly noon. So to test out if this is divided or not, which if it's divided, what that means is if I have one of these activated, that means, well, I'll use olive oil and rice oil for the examples for now, since what do we have in here? We have olive oil and canola. Oh, sorry. We'll use these two for example. So if I have this activated, what it's going to do is it's going to do 120 cycles of this every month. No big deal. If it's a divided production and I activate another one, it's going to do this half of 72 times per month, and this one half of 120 times per month. Basically, it cuts down the production by half. And then if I was to activate a third one, each of these will be running at 1/3 of their capacity. If I activate a fourth one, 1/4 of their capacity. That's if it is a divided production. If it's not divided, then I could have all of these active and they'll all work at full speed at all times. So I don't know if they will or not. So I'm going to activate fish food, canola oil, and olive oil. We have the products for that. So they theoretically, if we take a look at this and we start doing some calculations here, this is going to be producing, well, we see if we have currently it's set to 1 day per month. So we do 100 times 120, it theoretically make 12,000 per 24 hours. So if I divide that by 24, it should make 500 liters within an hour. Now the canola oil one, 72 times, so 7,200 divided by 24, it should make 300 an hour. So we should have 800 liters after an hour goes by if it is not a divided production. If we don't have that amount, we have anything less than that, then we know this is a divided production. But we should have about 800 liters here in a second. That won't be exact because I'm not quite exact on the time, but it should be pretty close. If we take a look, we have 409 liters. So we know that this is a divided production, which means as you have these running, it is going to be divided out. So just be aware of that. But yeah, anyhow, regardless of that, we still want to get some fish food. So if we keep fast forwarding time, we fast forward time here, we should start getting some spawn pallets. There we go. Our first spawn pallet will slow down time again here. Come up here, 2,000 liters. 400 kilograms. You're not going to be able to lift that by hand, I don't believe, actually. Let's turn off our super strength. Yeah, that's way too heavy for us. I believe it's like 200 kilograms, something like that's the max you can lift. But anyhow, there we go. We got some fish food. All good to go. Now, the big question, we're going to talk about, one, the profitability of this, and should you buy your own fish food or should you use this fish food? Now, again, the advantage to using this, I'm going to tell you right now it's cheaper to buy your fish food, and I'll show you why in a second with the math. The advantage of this, however, if you buy your fish food, you have to deliver it out onto the water to your fish farms. That takes a lot of time. The advantage to this is being able to set this to distributing and it going out there. And again, I will have put it on my screen earlier if that actually works. If it can't distribute out there, the fish food factory is absolutely pointless, useless garbage. That's my just opinion on it. Unless you're going to use the fish food factory to make fish food for profit, which I'll show you. Let's go over to, let me show you this here. This is the profitability chart. So we have 4 different recipes. We have the canola oil, olive oil, rice oil, and we have sunflower oil. So, and again, I'll do charts like this for all the productions related to the Highlands Fishing Expansion. But we have flour, soybeans, canola oil are the inputs here, 72 cycles per month, 50 liters of flour, 50 liters of soybeans, and 12 liters of canola oil. And then these prices right here are how much it costs for these. And what I mean by that is if you produce flour, you grow soybeans, and you produce canola oil, this is what you would get if you sold this amount of those products. So that's why we're comparing this to the profitability, because if we're going to make more money just selling these products than we are going to get from the fish food itself, then we might as well just sell these products and then use that money to buy more fish food than we would get from producing it, if you're catching what I'm saying. Now, the output is always 100 liters of fish food. If we go over here, I have 2 different rows for this, which I've never done this before. So I have the top row, which is to sell, and the bottom row is to use. And I have over here for my used values, I have fish food to sell. If you sell fish food, it sells for $3,042 per 1,000 liters. If you buy fish food, you buy it for $1,300 per 1,000 liters. So theoretically, if you wait for the best time to sell it, you could buy fish food and immediately sell it for a really, I didn't mean to do that. You can immediately sell it for a really tidy profit if you wanted to. Because a fish food pallet is $2,600 to buy, and that includes 2,000 liters in it. And yes, I have tested this. You can sell it easy peasy, not a big deal. So if you are trying to sell the fish food, you're not doing fish productions, and you just want to sell the fish food for profit, you make pretty good money. You're going to make $9,000 per month for this one, $13,000 a month for this one, 13 for this one, and then almost 10 for this one as well. So you're going to make really good money if you are selling the fish food for profit. However, if you compare it to producing it compared to buying it, if you're using it for your fish productions, you're losing $3,000, you're losing $8,000, you're losing $7,000, you're losing $3,000. So you're going to lose more money than it would be worth it to buy it yourself. So if you are going to use the fish food production to distribute it out there, and you don't care, this is the fee you're willing to pay, which I would use maybe one of the cheaper fees here, I guess, if you look at it that way. That's kind of your delivery fee, if you will, to produce it and send it out automatically to your fish farms, which I think that's probably fair. If you wanted to do it that way, that's a great way to look at it. However, if you are just trying to make fish food and you're going to deliver it yourself anyways, the fish food factory is absolutely a waste of your time. So just be aware of that. That's kind of what I got for the fish food factories there. But anyhow, that's my guide for the fish food factories for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.